Hey, so in today's video we're going to have a very fun car to drive and of course review, and that is the Mclaren 650s GT3, of course in Gran Turismo Sport. One of my favorite games right now on the PlayStation. So of course the Mclaren 650s is a very expensive car, and this game is pretty realistic, so it's a lot of fun to drive. Because just knowing that this is a car that I will probably never get to drive, I had a lot of fun with it. So a couple of things really quickly is its ability to handle and brake. To brake, obviously you can actually stop a bit past your regular stopping points for a car with similar power. That's a lot of fun and allows you to get around that track quite quickly. From there, the handles are pretty good, as long as you know your turning points, which at least if you've got the pylons to assist you, like we do in this video, you can turn in right at that pylon. You can try to, of course, do the perfect angle. You don't need to stop right at the pylons, like with your stopping points at the pylons. You can actually stop a little bit past them. However, if you do slam on the brakes, they will lock up, which means that you will go into the butt end of whichever car is in front of you if they do have better brakes than you. For example, that Ferrari in front of us, as you just already seen. Now, overall, this is a very fun car. The reason why it's fun is because you can handle the car extremely well. Unless you take a corner too sharp, or at least too close to the inside corner, your wheels will lift up, and it's actually quite an interesting feeling when it comes to using the Logitech G29 like I am using in the bottom left of this video. So this wheel is actually a pretty good wheel, and I feel like it's got some pretty good force feedback, and you will actually feel the wheel when you hit those turned in areas, the wheels of the actual car bouncing up. You'll feel that in the steering wheel, oddly enough, and then of course what you will see, and of course you need to respond to, is of course the car taking either a sharper turn or going wide, which would not be fun. Here we went a little bit wide, but we were able to correct it just in time, and we were able to continue through. Now, this car is a lot of fun whether you're using it in offline mode, which of course the AI is not good at all, and it's also a pretty fun car online. I really do wish that their daily races would include more supercars like this one. However, we don't get to see that all that often, and there, of course, we almost lost the rear end. Now, of course, the nice thing about this car as well is it doesn't burn through tires like there's no tomorrow. It actually tends to be pretty good on its tires. So if you are running in a race where you have to switch between your tires, you can actually do it later on in the race or earlier on, depending on how you want to really focus on, of course, your strategy. Now, if you can have a car like this one who can be really good on tires, and you can really throttle yourself so that, of course, you don't run out of gas too early, what you can do is in a race where you need to pit and you need to refill and get new tires or whatever it may be in that race, and there's a lot of races recently where you need to refill your fuel. Basically, what you can do, and it's actually a lot of fun, is to go and basically run your gas and be really light on your throttle, and you can get into a third position, sometimes even a second position, and then what you can do is to basically have your pit in the last maybe 2 laps of the race. You can go in and pit, change your tires, get more fuel, and you don't really need all that much fuel, but get enough so that now your last two laps or last 3 laps, whatever it may be, what you can do now is basically throttle it up, use as much gas as you possibly can, and because at that point other people will be trying to be more fuel efficient because they're near the end of the race, you won't have to, and you can catch up to them and potentially win the race. So that's actually a good strategy that you could use, and this car allows you to do that. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe. Go check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys again next time. By the way, we got in third in this race, even though it was against AI.